Hi everyone, welcome to sketching. This is day 6 of my 5-minute sketching challenge. It's been an absolute freezing day today in the UK, in Manchester, so I thought it would be good to have a nice bowl of soup with a nice roll, a bread roll. So I thought, why not draw the little bun, the bread roll bun that I had. So I'm starting this sketch off on a black canvas. Well, it's not a black canvas, it's just like a slight grey canvas, because on Procreate you can, on the background layer, you can kind of change the layer colour really easily, like I did at the beginning. And I've just gone in straight with a white oil brush to kind of like craft out the overall shape of the bun. And I really like this effect of the oil brush. I'm really liking it. I've been practicing on it a couple of times a day, and I kind of I'm quite impressed with it. It blends in really nicely in the strokes, and it's not just a case of just putting one stroke down. You can, like with a brush, kind of build your way into the canvas, or should I say onto the screen, and it kind of mimics fairly reasonably how a brush would work, especially. But the only difference is, in real life, when you're using a brush, you can control the amount of paint that's on the brush. On here, it's kind of like a continuous amount of paint, which is a good thing, because you don't have to waste time having to dip your brush into paint or kind of shake off the excess paint. So just going in with the base white colour, and now just selecting a nice orangey peachy type shade to kind of represent the top part of the bun. And this picture is quite nice because we've got a decent bit of light source coming in from the right hand side, giving some nice colours and contrasts to the image. So again, with the same brush, I'm just layering, using just normal circular strokes to blend the colour into the shape, and it blends nicely in with the white. It's just, you've got to be a bit careful not to kind of press too hard or keep moving the brush up and down, because it kind of waters it down a little bit, and you sometimes do lose the strokes. I'm definitely a fan of using texture in a lot of my artwork, especially in the traditional stuff that I use. I like to keep heavy texture, and then with digital, sometimes it can be difficult to maintain that heavy texture if you kind of overwork it. So I'm adding some darker shade now, a darker shade of that orange, for the kind of for the shadowy area on the bun. So overall, I'm really happy with this, and I'm quite excited to kind of do complete drawings. I think what I might do is, in 2018, I might kind of set up a nice food table with some nice light source coming in, to kind of really do a proper painting to test out this Procreate software and iPad Pro, and I'm quite looking forward to that. At this moment in time, I'm just kind of getting used to the brushes that Procreate offers. I'm not going to do any of my own specific brushes yet. I just want to get used to the standard ones that come with the package, and you do get quite a lot, so you've got a lot of variety to play with. I do get asked quite a lot of questions in my day-to-day job as a designer and an artist, like, where should we start when we're doing art? I want to really get back into drawing. Just the other day I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were saying that they want to get back into drawing, they don't know where to start. Should they do digital, traditional? All these topics I'm going to be covering in the new year, when I do my kind of art vlog. So all the kind of main topics that I get asked, I'll be hopefully answering them in detail, and kind of showing some sample work of how to start off or get back into art. So again, coming back to the drawing, it's I'm just using the 6B pencil to kind of bring in a little bit of detail in where the white area is of the bun, to kind of come up with a bit of the shadows. Again, you've heard me say this before, I love to cross hatch and use a lot of graphite in my artwork. So again, over here I'm using the tilt function on the pencil, on the Apple Pencil, to get a bit of a kind of texture where the darks are. And it's worked out quite well. And then later on, what I'll do is, with the smudge tool, which is on the top right hand side next to the brush tool, we use that little finger pointing downwards. I'll just kind of blend that rough texture out, because I didn't want a rough texture, I just wanted to kind of lay down a little bit of graphite, if you like, with some space in it, so it can slowly blend it in. And right here now at the bottom, I'm just using some cross-hatching to kind of give a little bit of detail to the overall look of the image. And it's quite good working on a dark background, because if you've got an object that's quite light and bright and you've got a decent bit of light coming in, then it's quite difficult to do that on a white background. So I would say just use, especially if you're working on digital, it's just so easy to change the background colour. Use a darker colour, maybe not pure black, like I've used a kind of, not a pure black, it's more of a grey, a dark grey. It works really well, and it kind of gives you a bit more perspective on, on the tonal values that you're using. So yeah, so again, now all I'm doing is just with a light grey and a round brush, I'm just adding in some of the kind of areas where there's a little bit more shadow, to kind of give a bit more of a three-dimensional feel to the image. And yeah, overall I was happy with the attempt that I had in the 5-6 minutes or whatever it took to complete it. Just adding a bit of a shadow on the table that I could see. You probably can't see it in the picture clearly, but there was a little bit of a shadow. So to be able to show that on a darker colour, you just got to basically use a lighter version of that colour. And yeah, it works. It worked really nice. So I was quite happy with this one. And so now all I'm doing now is, like I said before, using the smudge tool to kind of just blend out the rough area of the graphite that I put down to kind of come up with the shades. So yeah. So again, thanks so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel for more content. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. So take care of yourself, and peace.